Hi guys, Stephen here from James Glenn Car Sales, and today we have a new model M2, our first new model M2, and we are all extremely impressed. This is a Zandvoort blue car, black leather, just a whisker over 3,000 miles, one owner from new, and registered in August 2023, so that will put it on a 23 plate. It's got some nice options which we'll go through over the course of the video, but yeah, we're very impressed. You can't actually get to grasps with the proportions of one of these things until you actually see it in the flesh. It's almost like a concept car. I've had the pleasure of using it for a few days. It's now been removed from my hands because it's all been cleaned, so that's the garage rules. We don't drive them once they're all clean. So yeah, it was great to get a chance to see just how these things perform out on the road, and I am massively impressed. It's a seriously fast but also a lovely car to live with. So I think you can get the impression that we like it. Now let's take you around. I'll try my best and just show how purposeful the stance is and how muscular the wheel arches are. The proportions, they're just epic. So we've got a 19-inch wheel on the front, and we've got a 20-inch wheel on the back. It's almost a square setup now, so we've got a 2.75 tyre on the front and a 2.85 tyre on the back, and this thing turns in. You would be forgiven for thinking that it's got rear wheel steer. The turning is so keen, but with a tyre with so much rubber on the front end, it really is little wonder. So as you can probably guess already, it's got quite a fair bit of exterior body upgrades, including the side blade along there, the rear spats, got the larger carbon performance rear spoiler, big chunky diffuser there, and 4 meaty outlets from the exhaust. The high level spoiler here, and we've also got the vertical blades which are on top of the optional carbon roof. That's right guys, that is not standard. You now need to option the carbon roof back in. While we're here, we'll just have a look at just how much that front arch pumps out. Got the power bulge in the bonnet there as well. Adaptive LED headlights. Got the splitter along the bottom there, which really just does make the front look so much nicer. I think that was the stumbling block for me when I looked at the standard car when they released it, is that the front just looked unfinished, but this definitely looks finished. So these are Edelweiss wheels in a rose gold finish, £3,500 a set, and they are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres. There is absolutely nothing to report in regards to the bodywork. As I mentioned, we've got a couple of very small wheel scuffs to address, and when I say small, it's like that small. Even the door handles feel so much higher quality than the model that this car replaces. These illuminate, which is an extra. Got Hammond Cardon audio, electric memory seats, memory on the driver's side only. As you can see here, we've got the lumbar adjustment. You can inflate the bolsters. It's got carbon inlays. I'll just get rid of this phone here guys, sorry. Customisable interior lighting. We'll get onto that once we go over to the other side. We've now got the trademark illuminated M logos in the head restraints, and it also has folding rear seats, which is an optional extra but does make these cars endlessly more practical. So pull this lever here and the seats fold down so you can get your bike in there if you're that way inclined, and it's also got the luggage nets there as well, so that if you've got a wee bag in there, it's not going to be thrown about while you're driving this car the way you would probably want to drive it. Carbon fibre steering wheel shroud, and you've got your 2 M buttons here for saving your preferred configuration once you've gone in through the M setup. So we'll get it fired up and you'll see all the screens bursting into life through their startup procedure. So this new iDrive takes a little bit of getting used to. It's very, very in depth, and you've got lots of apps as well, and it's also touchscreen. This one I found quite entertaining. Not that I've used it, but I think that will be quite entertaining. The M Drift Analyzer, which gives you a score out of 5, your best drift based on angle, duration and distance. It really is just a big toy. Got your heated seats there as well. Everything all works through this big touchscreen infotainment panel here. Now down to the bottom we've got the sports exhaust, which is valved. We've gone through the M mode, and you can set this up for sport, road and track, and then you can also configure the engine, chassis, steering, and now that these cars have brake by wire and not hydraulic brakes, you can actually set up the brake feel as well. When you put the car into or when you disable the traction control, you can then dial the traction back off full, back to 0, 1 to 10, which I've had some seat time in an M4 and I found this really, really good. You've also got the old MDM mode as well, which allows for a certain level of slip while giving you a wee bit of a safety net as well. Moving on to the clocks here, you can configure all this. I'm not going to start giving you a full walkthrough on this, but you can set all this up depending on what information you want displayed at any one time. Yeah, it won't let, yeah. So that's the exhaust flaps open. We'll give it a wee rev, hopefully that comes across in the camera. Now, even although these cars are now restricted in noise with the OPFs, it still sounds fantastic, and when you get it up the revs, you can really, really hear that engine coming in through the cabin, and I'm delighted to report it does not sound fake. It sounds real, and if it is synthesized BMW, what a job. It's almost impossible to tell. So we've got a wee peek under the bonnet, let you see what the engine bay looks like. One thing that I was quite disappointed with personally is that BMW have done away with that beautiful carbon fibre strut brace and they've replaced it with a steel one, but I'm just nitpicking really because there isn't really much else to report that's negative. But yeah, it's 3,000 and a bit miles, so it's split new. It really is. So guys, thank you very, very much for making it to the end of the video. Amazing car. It's going to put an enormous grin on the very, very lucky owner's face, whether they're driving it to work or they're going out at the weekend to have a blast. If you'd like a finance quotation or a part exchange valuation, feel free to get in touch. I will put a link to the website below. Or if you'd like to give us a call, you can reach us at the garage on 01236 779,000. If you have a car to sell and it's something similar to what you see in the background, we won't buy anycar.com, but we might just buy your car, and for a great price. That is how we were lucky enough to come across this amazing M2. We have our own car buying service in-house, and we always give a very, very strong price for the right car. So again guys, if you are considering selling your performance car, please do get in touch. Thanks very much for making it to the end of the video. Please do consider subscribing, that way you'll not miss any more stock updates. I'll put a link to subscribe down here, and also, seeing as you are watching a video about a BMW M car, I'll put a video up here that I think you'll find quite interesting. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks again. Bye bye.